From when when you guys were down 18,
Yeah.
to be able to cut it and get it to the point where you at least had an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
What changed in there to allow you to?
I think it was a case of us finding a little bit our identity and what we want to do. When we start playing with pace, playing aggressive defense, switching, making it hard on the other team, then we can get on a roll. And I think that was an instance of us kind of finding that in that moment.
And your vantage point on the last look, I mean, did you think it was good? Did you think it
I mean, when he let it go, it looked good, but it was a good defense by Mikhail, and Spence almost got a piece of it, and it made him double pump. And on a shot like that, I mean, it's good defense, better offense. Got to give the guy credit, but still, there's no excuse. But Kel was guarding all night, moving his feet, and he made a tough shot.
Cam, that corner three you hit to tie it, was that a set play?
No, absolutely not. Dell got loose and got to the basket, and he found me in the corner, so it was a great play on him to, probe and make that extra play for the next guy. And it just found me, and, I had missed one from that corner already and thought, no way, that one should have missed, so thought, no way I was going to miss that last one.
And then just going, I mean, you guys were down, I think it was 8 with like a minute 20 left, and you get back to tie. Just what'd you make of your guys' late game execution up until that straight shot?
There's things we still need to clean up for sure. But I think one thing, anybody can shoot in those final minute and a half, 2 minutes, which is kind of what we ran into the problem with Philly. Every team kind of has late game offense, late game sets they go to, and things of that nature. And in that game against Philly, you could see us bogged down in those last 4 minutes of what are we doing. I think today we kind of just kept our flow in those moments, and if you're open, shoot it, attack them, spread them out, and it was able to generate some points late. So I think that's something that we can build off of, and understanding what we want to execute down the stretch.
As somebody that grew up, in one system, what do you find, I guess, more challenging to adjust to, the way they run their offense here or the way they defend?
I think it's the defensive end. Defense in the NBA is a lot of ways to do it, and it's all kind of on principles, principles. And not to make any excuses, right, but for 4 years, I've had a coaching staff who was very adamant on certain principles, and, it was on us to execute them at a high level, and after day after day after day of working on them, they get a little ingrained in your head, right? So some of the principles we have here in Brooklyn are almost complete opposite. So it's a lot of it, it is largely the same. Defense is defense, you got to stop the other team. But once we kind of iron out those instances where, you're reacting a quarter of a second later, I think our defense will be a lot sharper once that becomes instinct, once we're playing on that. There's a couple of rotations that I know personally over the last 5 games that I've missed just because I'm kind of caught in a middle ground where my mind is reverting back to old habits. But I think it's getting better. And, as long as we continue to clean it up, and I think when we're the aggressors on the defensive end, that covers for a lot. When we're the aggressors, that covers for a lot of that indecisiveness. So, it's a work in progress, and it's something that I think we'll be able to build off of.
Thank you, Cam.
Thank you, guys.